Hello children. As we all know that plants and animals are living things. Plants and animals need air, water, shelter, right type of climate. And plants also need right type of soil too for its growth. Plants and animals are found in different places. They are found in the very cold places, also in a hot and dry climate. They are found in the rivers and lakes and also the salt water of oceans. Plants that are found in one region differ from those of another region. This is all because there is difference in temperature, the climate, and the difference in the rainfall. The different regions receives, and also there are different type of soil where they grow. The plants that are found in the desert is not same as those found in the hills of Ooty or Kashmir. Why? This is all because plants adapt themselves to a particular place where they live in. And this is called adaptation in plants. Adaptation is nothing but the adjustment of the plant to a particular environment where they live and survive. So today we are going to learn about what is adaptation in plants. Adaptation in plants. Let's learn first what do you mean by habitat. Habitat is the place where plants and animals live and survive. It's called habitat. And adaptation in plants can be defined as the development or modification in certain body parts of the plant so that they can flourish and survive in the environment. Let's write the definition. Now let's learn about the definition of adaptation in plants. Adaptation can be defined as a modification or development of certain body parts in the plants that help them to survive and flourish in the environment. The environment where they live, whether it is too hot or it is too cold. Habitat can be defined as the place where the plant or animal live. Is the place or where the plant or animal live. So the different plants are adapted themselves for different environment. Some, like in desert plants, they adapt themselves to live in the desert, and the hilly region plants adapt themselves to live in the hilly regions. Now let's learn how the different plants adapt themselves according to the habitat, that is where they live, where they grow, according to the for protection. And some plants adapt themselves for protection, that is protection against the other predators or the animals. And some special plants are there, like the pitcher plant and the Venus flytrap, which has certain modification or adaptation so that they can extract nutrients from the other living organism, as they don't make their own food. Now coming to habitat. Habitat is the place where the plant lives. So the habitat can be of two types. They are terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial means the plants that grow on land is called terrestrial. Terrestrial plants are found in different surroundings, like they are found in desert, they are found in plains, marshy areas, hilly areas, and the coastal areas. Aquatic plants are found in water. That they are of three types, that is floating, fixed, and underwater. Some plants adapt themselves for protection, that is they develop poison or spines, or some have movement so that the animals get scared of them and they don't eat them. This is all about the adaptation of different plants according to the habitat protection. Now let's learn about the adaptation in the terrestrial plant, that is the desert plants. What are the adaptation a desert plant does? Now let's learn about the plants that are adapted in the desert. As you know, the desert is very hot and they receive very less rainfall. The soil that are found here is sandy. So the plants that grow are cactus, which require very little water in them. They adapt themselves to store maximum water that is available to them, and they reduce the loss of water from them. They adapt themselves in that way. So you can see over here the cactus plant, they don't have any leaves. They, instead of leaves, they have spines, so that the water loss can be prevented. Also, this spine prevent them from being eaten by animals. The stem, you can see, these are succulent stems. Why these are called succulent stems? Because they are very thick. They have a waxy coating. Also, they store food and prepare food for the plant. Roots here spread through wide area inside the soil, so that they can absorb maximum water, whatever is available from inside the soil. So this type of adaptation is found in cactus and date palm, which are found only in the desert. Now let's learn about the plants that are found in plains. Plains are flat, large areas of land. It is generally hot in the plains, and some plains receive rainfall, and some receive very less rainfall, and some receive very high rainfall. So the plants that are found in plains are generally gulmohar, peepal, mango. These lose their leaves in the winter season, and say they are called deciduous trees. They lose the leaves in the winter season so as to escape the cold climate. In the hot climate, they lose water from the leaves so that to make themselves cool during the summer season. This type of plant include gulmohar, you can see in the picture. But in some areas of the plains, they receive very high rainfall, and the plants that grow over there are rosewood and rubber. The climate is hot and wet climate over there. The plants don't shed the leaves in the winter. They shed the old leaves throughout the year, and they are called evergreen trees. You can see in the picture the rubber plant over here. They shed the leaves. They don't shed the leaves throughout the year, and they are called evergreen trees. Now let's learn about the plants that grow in hilly regions. As you know, the hilly regions, the temperature over here is very cold. In some areas there are snowfall too. So you might have visited the places like Ooty, Darjeeling and Kashmir. These are those places. These are the hilly places. Here the trees over here have thick barks. They are very tall, they are straight, and they are cone shaped. Cone shaped means they are in sloping shape, so that the snow can fall off them easily. Leaves are thick, needle shaped, and they have a thick waxy coating, so that they can prevent the loss of water through them. They don't bear any flowers. Instead of flowers, they have cone in them. The cone have seeds inside them, so that the cone can prevent the seed from extreme cold. The examples include the pine, fir. This is the pine tree. Pine, fir are evergreen trees. Evergreen in the sense because they don't shed the leaves in the winter. They remain green throughout the year. So they are called evergreen trees. But certain trees like maple and oak, as you can see in the picture, maple and oak, they shed the leaves in the winter season, and the new leaves come in the spring season. So they are called deciduous trees. So these are the plants that grow in the hilly region. Now let's learn about the plants that grow in marshy areas. Marshy areas are places which contain clay soil, and the soils are very sticky because they contain plenty of water inside them. The water cannot be drained from the soil, so the plant that grow here, they have roots. The roots cannot breathe inside the soil. So in order to overcome it, they develop breathing roots that grow above the soil, and this type of adaptation can be seen in mangrove plants. Now let's learn about the aquatic plants, that is the plants that are found in water. Aquatic plants can be divided into three types, that is floating, fixed and underwater. Floating plants are those which generally float on the top of the surface of the water. They have spongy bodies. That means they have filled inside the plant so that they can float on the top of the water. The examples include duckweed, as you can see over here. Now coming to the plants that are fixed to the soil. The roots of the plant are fixed to the soil and the leaves here are on the top or the surface of the water. They are plate-like. They are very large and plate-like leaves. The leaves on the top are green in color and they are capable of performing photosynthesis, that is performing food for the plant. The lower surface of the leaves are on the top of the water, so they are generally waterproof. The stem here are hollow and light, so that they can be easily moving with the water current. The fixed water plants include water lilies and lotus, as you can see in the example over here. The leaves and the stems are very flexible. You can see over here. Now coming to underwater plants. In underwater plants, they have very narrow, thin, plate-like leaves. In underwater plants, they have very narrow, thin and ribbon-like leaves with no stomata. Stomata is absent. So, how do they breathe? They breathe through the air spaces present on the stem or the body surfaces. And this type of underwater plants can be seen in hydrilla. Now let's study about the adaptation that happens for protection. Some plants, in order to protect themselves from the predators, they develop certain things like poison spine, and some, due to its movement, protect themselves from the animals. Poison, like poison ivy. What happens here? If you touch a poison ivy, the poison in them will be transferred to you and you will feel itch on your skin. Spines. Some plants develop spines like rose and cactus. They develop spine onto them so as to protect themselves from the animals. Movement. Some plants like touch me not closes its leaves when you touch it. So the animals, when they go near them, they get scared because of the touch me not movement, and they don't eat the plant. So these are all about the adaptation that happens for protection. Now we can read the adaptation in some special plants like the Venus flytrap and the pitcher plant. They grow in areas where there is very less nutrients. So what happens, in order to get nutrient, they trap the insect or they eat the insect and they dissolve the nutrients from them. So the Venus flytrap, as you can see over here, they are like the leaf-like structure. There is a hair on the margin of the leaf. So when the insect lands on the leaf, the leaf closes, and hence the insect dissolves inside the plant. That means the Venus flytrap eats the insect. Now you can see the pitcher plant over here. The pitcher plant looks like a pitcher, but it appears flower or very attractive to some insect. They are in the shape of a pitcher and they have a lid onto it. So when the fly goes inside it, the liquid inside the pitcher plant dissolves it and they are hence eaten by them. So these are some special adaptation by some plants to extract nutrients from some living organism. So today we learned what are the adaptation in plants, how they adapt themselves to the surroundings so that they to live and grow nicely in the surrounding. Thank you.